Guess who's back? Hey, what the heck is up? It's your boy, you're not mother frickin' Justin. So last time you saw me, I made a video that was very cancerous. And I wouldn't even go as far as say it was cancerous. Maybe poorly timed, but for the most part, it was a love or hate video. Just like in real life. I don't know anybody who kinda likes me or kinda doesn't like me. They pretty much love me or they hate me. And that's okay. There were lots of comments, both good and bad. I'd say it was literally 50-50. There was 50% of comments that wanted me to get fucking murdered. And there was the other 50% that were just in love with me and they understood the joke and they were like spamming fucker in the comment section, which was really funny. Whatever. Let's do a little bit of explaining. And the best way to explain this is with a comment that sums up everything. I think you'll all very much agree with it. So on the screen, if you want to pause and read this, go right ahead. I would understand if you didn't. It's kind of long, but this man is 99% right with everything that he said. The only thing I really don't agree with is that he said that it was a shit video. And the reason I don't agree with that, like it took me a few days to really understand how I felt about the video. I decided that it's not a shit video because if it were a shit video, then it would have 10,000 dislikes and 3,000 likes. I just want to say that personally, I'm happy that I was able to get such a reaction from people. Period. There are some people who they post shit on YouTube and nobody responds to it whatsoever because of how plain and simple that person is. With that being said, I just want to say that the video, it's basically a one-of-a-kind video. Biggest misconception is that that video was not planned. People think that I spent like a bunch of time fucking planning this out, but really it was an inside joke between friends and we were joking about it for like a whole 30 minutes. And I'm sure everybody who watches this channel understands that since TF2 is as old as it is, stuff that's really stupid gets funny after a while. So for the 3,000 people out there who are angry, I would like to explain to you that that video was a one-of-a-kind video and stuff like that isn't really going to be happening anymore. It was just a video that was really close to my heart for my channel that we re-uploaded because we liked it so much. And sometimes the more stupid things are the stuff that are the more funny things. But obviously that wasn't the case, and that was a video that was 50-50, you know? And I want to make stuff that everybody's gonna like. And hopefully you will not have given up on me yet. And if you hate me, it's okay, I don't hate you because I want to make it up to you. And what better way to make it up to you than by telling you a story? So why don't you grab a blanket, get cozy, or I don't know, maybe you're in the car right now, you're heading to work or something, but, you know, just relax and let my voice take over. This could even be a nice summer day for you and you're just relaxing from your time off from school. Or maybe it's just a nice summer day for you and you're relaxing on a day off, or you just don't got shit going on, which is okay. So before I made it to this channel, on my channel, I like to tell stories from my personal life. And these aren't going to be like stories that I just made up on the spot. It's kind of lame and it's gimmicky and I wouldn't feel comfortable with doing that. And these are all real stories that I'm going to be telling you. So we're going to see how you guys react to these stories that I'm telling you. And maybe in the future, we can even have some more going on. But this is just, you know, we're testing the waters. We're seeing how people like shit, you know? So this story that I'm about to tell is going to be for all the younger people out there. Or the people who just got out of school and you're finally fucking done with that horse shit. So it all starts off with your boy. He's in 9th grade. He's a cringy little 9th grader, just like every fucking 9th grader out there. And previously, in a story video that I did on my channel, like, I don't know, like a few months ago, I had actually told a story about the same teacher. He's a math teacher, and I referred to him as Mr. Mustache. So it follows me and good old Mr. Mustache. And obviously that's not his real fucking name. I can't give out his real name on the internet to this much people because that wouldn't be very good. But we're just gonna call him Mr. Mustache. And the reason we're calling him Mr. Mustache is because this guy literally had like a giant fur dick on his upper lip. And the last story I told about Mr. Mustache, the dude literally broke down and cried. And there's not a whole lot of context that you really need to get. I'm just saying this just for the hell of saying it. But this guy was an asshole. A much worse asshole than me. And that's saying something. He literally hated everybody. He didn't get laid by his wife anymore or some shit. I don't know what the fuck his problem was, but he took it out on us kids at the time, of course, because I'm a fucking adult now. This guy, though, his sole purpose was to be incredibly angry. Like, no matter what you did. If you were, like, a genius in the class, like, he would be kind of nice to you, but he'd still be really hard on you. But, like, if you weren't a genius, he pretty much hated you. And this classroom specifically, it consisted of 2 people who like were legitimately there to learn and like do good stuff. And then, and this class had like fucking 23 people in it. So 21 of those other students, they were literally all a bunch of little bastards. I was one of those little bastards. And I wouldn't even say we were little bastards. I think the best way to describe it is that we were your average 14-year-old person who didn't want to wake up in the morning at like 6 a.m. and didn't want to go to a shitty math class with a giant dick-shaped mustache having guy yelling at us every day, no matter what the hell we did. We were just your average kids trying to get by. And we did what 14-year-old kids did, which was talk and think stupid things were funny and mess around and fuck up. That's just what 14-year-old kids do. Like, anybody out there who's like close to that age or is that age, you can literally contest it. That's just what 14-year-old kids do. But for whatever reason, this guy whose occupation was to be around for like 8 hours a day, really immature kids and teenagers who are like moody and want to act out. He just didn't understand that that's all they were going to do and that they weren't going to act like young adults. Here's a direct quote from this guy, and I'm going to say it in his fucking voice. I will never forget how this guy's voice sounds, and I'm pretty good at impersonating people, but here goes nothing. You guys are 9th graders, and you guys really need to start acting like 9th graders. Who the fuck says that? Like, obviously we're 9th graders, and obviously we're acting like 9th graders. Earlier, I had mentioned that all 14-year-olds were cringy, and I just want to let it be known that I didn't mean that in a negative way. I meant that in a realistic way, because a lot of the people who watch the videos that I put out, they're younger people. A lot of the people who are siblings of the people that I know in real life, they're younger people. So I know quite a bit about younger people. I was a young person not that long ago. I'm 20 years old. So 6 years ago, I was 14 years old. And I kind of remember it pretty good, if I do say so myself. I haven't quite lost the memory of those days yet, which is why I can remember this day so specifically. It was just a normal day. I had Mr. Mustache for second period algebra. Before we get into that, isn't algebra just the most useful thing ever? I'm sure somebody out there is going to comment being like, I'll have you know that algebra is more important than lamps and shit like that. Like, I don't know. You're going to say something that's like it's really literal. But in America, where fucking 80% of us are going to be working normal, like almost minimum wage jobs, algebra doesn't fucking matter. Algebra has no bearing when you work at McDonald's or when you're working in a retail job. Algebra didn't teach me how to do my taxes for the first time. I just feel a little bit gypped out in my school experience when like 90% of the stuff that I deal with in my real life has nothing to do with fucking 95% of the shit that they taught me in school. I had probably 4 teachers that actually taught me useful things that I still use to this day in my real life, and algebra has not been one of them. When you're living a normal American life, or I can't speak so much for Europe because I'm not sure how different or similar or like the contrast of things are over there, but I can only assume that when you don't have the intentions of doing something that would be super duper math intensive, like when you're just trying to get by, like a lot of people really are, when you're trying to do the thing that's the best and the easiest for you, like all humans want to do, all humans want the best for themselves with the least amount of work, then stuff like algebra isn't really going to come in handy in your real life. The last job I was working was a security job at a casino. And when guys would get drunk and angry and threaten to stab me, algebra really, it didn't come so much in handy. All video, I've been getting way too sidetracked, and I really just need to tell the story already. I'm sorry, I like to talk. Can you tell? Second period algebra. Really early in the morning. Not as early as it can get with a first period, but it was a early period math class. And all of you out there who are still in school, you know how shitty having math for one of your very first periods of that early ass day is. Not everybody is the same, but for me, math was my hardest subject. I hated math. I'm not good at math. And having to do it for second period that early in the day made math especially hard for me because I wasn't even completely woken up by that time, especially when I didn't get that much sleep. And I don't even know why I'm telling you guys this, because I'm sure a lot of you out there, like no matter what age you are, you understand how stressful it is to have to do something that's really hard in the morning. Like everybody gets it. Especially with school. Mr. Mustache, being the giant douche that he wasn't about saying good morning or asking how we were or chit-chatting with us. He was just, as soon as we get in there, we shut the fuck up and we get down to business. And I just barely gotten there on time. Like, I think I had like a minute left before the bell had rang, and that would have made me late or tardy, if anybody uses that word. And I sit down, and right off the bat, this guy is fucking angry. He is super duper pissed. It's nothing new. But today, he is especially angry. He came there to draw blood. And he was about to fucking kick the shit out of the first person who fucked up. And lo and behold, I was the first person who fucked up. We could all tell that he was really angry that day. And the first thing he says is, "All right, class, I want all of you 9th graders to pull out your pencils because we're having a surprise quiz to make sure that you guys understand the material." Like, that voice kind of sounds like a really depressed whale or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. It's kind of weird, but like I can imagine like a really depressed whale saying something in that voice. Not to get off topic again. As soon as he said for us to pull out pencils, I think to myself, shit, because I realized that I didn't have any pencils at all. Like, you know, when you're younger, for some reason, shit just goes missing because you're like irresponsible or something. I don't know. I mean, I was just especially irresponsible that day, I guess. But I was running low on pencils beforehand, like that entire week. And I was like, God, you know, if I lose these pencils, it's not going to be good. But I could just ask somebody if I can borrow one, so it won't be that big of a deal. And he fucking tells us to pull out pencils, and I was like, oh my God, why? So as sneaky as I possibly can, I look over to the really, at the time, cute girl to my right, and I go, "Hey, bitch." No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually call her a bitch, but I looked over, I was like, "Hey, can I have a pencil?" And like, as soon as like I fucking said that, Mr. Mustache walks over there like a fucking like gorilla shark, man, like who smells blood in the gorilla water. And he's like, "Oh, Justin, huh? You don't have a pencil? I cannot believe this. I have had enough." And like, it was crazy. Like, I don't understand. He was really fucking angry over like a tiny little thing over like me not having a pencil and asking somebody next to me for one. So he's like, "You get up here and you call your parents and tell them to bring you pencils right now." And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, I have to call my parents who are busy with work and sleeping and shit like that to come and bring me a pencil. I can't just ask somebody to fucking give me one. Is it that big of a deal? I didn't actually say that. I was thinking that to myself, though. And this guy is just exploding on me. And he once again requests me to walk up there to call my parents and ask for a pencil. And keep in mind, he could have easily just let me borrow a pencil from somebody else. That way he didn't waste so much goddamn time with the class. But no, he would rather have me spend a shit ton of time wasting everybody's time over something as fucking petty as a pencil. So he restates again, Justin, you get up here and you call your parents. And I was always a wise guy and a douche. And I tell him, I don't know the number. And obviously I did know my parents' number. I'm not a fucking idiot. I just didn't want to call him. He can suck my balls. To this day, he can still suck my balls. So at this point, so that way I'm guaranteed to call my parents in front of the entire class. He's like, well, you know, I'm going to pull up the number for you so that way you can call them. I've got it right here. And I was like, oh God, now I actually have to do it. So I walk up there and I'm going to talk to my parents and I call my mom and she's like, why are you calling me right now? What's wrong? And I was like, my math teacher won't let me borrow a pencil from somebody in the class, and he wants me to waste your time having you bring me a pencil, even though I could ask somebody in the fucking class to bring me a pencil. And I literally said this, and then I fucking raised the phone in my hand like a microphone, and I dropped it on his desk and fucking walked out. And I remember, too, that really cute girl that I asked for a pencil, she was, like, looking at me like, oh, damn, son, you told him. You know, it's funny, I still know that girl to this day, and she's really hot. Like, I should really, you know, I should hit her up and tell her how YouTube is going. Well, yeah, so I walked out of class, and I went straight to the office, and then the principal started talking to me. He's like, oh, what happened? I told him what happened. He didn't fucking care. And they ended up talking to my parents again, and it was just a massive waste of time that we got absolutely nothing out of. I mean, in retrospect, I got to miss a day of math, which was awesome. And from that point on, it just really solidified the fact that he had to keep a really close eye on me. And after that semester had ended, he literally requested that I no longer be a part of his class, and he kicked me out of his class, and I had to be in another math class because of how much he hated me. I never want to leave you guys without a moral of the story or without something that you take away from this. And what did I learn that day? That I was a fucking ninth grader and I should have brought a fucking pencil to class. I also learned that if you don't bring a pencil to class and you ask somebody very politely and inconspicuously and silently if you can borrow a pencil without disturbing the peace, that the whole entire class needs to fucking stop on account of me being selfish for not having a pencil and asking somebody else in the classroom if I can borrow one. I've been so traumatized since that day that I just carry pencils with me every single day now. I got pencils in my fucking pockets. I got pens in my pockets. I got Sharpies, highlighters, you fucking name it. If it's a writing utensil, I got it in my pocket. I have PTSD from that day. But on a real note, maybe if I would have just had a goddamn pencil and I would have just showed up with the fucking thing, everything would have been A-okay. But you gotta realize this though, like this guy was literally that angry and he would have stopped the class for practically anything. Let's just assume that maybe he was just a normal guy trying to get by just like me. Or maybe he was even a really great man and I just didn't realize it. And that day wasn't supposed to belittle me, but like him pulling me up in front of the entire class to have me call my mother wasn't supposed to be embarrassing, but it was supposed to be my lesson to be more responsible and to always carry pencils with me. And granted, looking back at it, maybe I could have been a little bit more responsible. Because now as an adult, I literally don't even leave the house without a pen. Like the pencil joke thing that I said earlier, like, you know, I don't always have fucking pens and pencils in my goddamn pants, but I do literally always have a pen with me. Like, I have a pen right here in front of me. You fucking hear this? Like, I just always have a pen with me because it's a very important thing that you should have. Maybe actually, you know, maybe I always have a pen with me because of that guy. He is a great man. I take every negative thing that I just said about him back. Because of him, obviously, I'm prepared for life with this pen. That's the story. Let's all bow down to the king of petty, Mr. Mustache. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the story. I've always loved telling stories from my life, no matter how much people were listening, whether it be 100 people or 1,000 people, or now in this instance, 530,000 people. And something that I used to always do on my channel is that I would tell you to tell a story in the comments section. Tell me any kind of story from your life that's funny or ridiculous or spooky or something, and I will pick the best one and I will read it in the next video. If you guys want a next video. If you guys want a next video, fucking let us know. Leave some likes. And leave those story comments. That way I can let everybody else know about how fucked up your life is too. As always, I'm Justin and you're motherfucking not. Check out the videos that are linked on the screen right in front of you. Drop the phone and walk away.